Thank you for coming to this event. This is going to be our first event related to our projects as the AI Club. Uh, I'm not on board yet, so hopefully after this presentation, I'll be qualified to be on board. That's a joke, but we have the president, Isabella, here. Angad, can you mention what your role is? Yeah, and he was the person who set up all the flyers and Instagram posts. And Hakan, he's a board member of the AI Club. Let's go on with the presentation. So with AI Club, we want to do some things on Mason campus, and the vision that we have is to be the student organization where people learns about AI, uses AI as the students should. This means that not using it for essay writing, not using for meme creation, but educational purposes. And the mission that we have is building projects and hosting events to expand our understanding of AI. So this is one of these events. My name is Bilgehan Gül. You can call me Bill. It's easier for American people to mention my name. I am going to hopefully be on board as a project coordinator for the AI Club. And I'm doing PhD here under cybersecurity engineering. My undergrad is from Drexel Computer Engineering. I finished it last June and I started a PhD here in January. So it has been only 2 months for me in this area, and so far I love it because I'm not sure if you guys realize it so far, but Mason has a really good student population, and you guys have access. We have access to really cool stuff in this area. And I'm going to show you one example at the end of my presentation, which just happened like this past week. I have experience as a cloud migration engineer at SoftChoice, which is a company that has partnership with different companies over AWS and Google. And I worked as a data scientist as Resolution Life. It's an insurance company. But they were really transitioning from traditional models to AI-enabled insurance models. So it was a nice experience to gain in the industry for me. So today's agenda, we're going to first pull up a survey to understand who the crowd is. I don't know any of you, so hopefully we'll get to meet. But for me to have a better understanding of who is in the room, we're going to have a survey, and then motivation behind the AI Club, why we need to do projects. And we're going to, I want to show hands-on examples, so I'm not sure if I'll be able to do that. I will be showing some websites that you can check out. And I have 2 potential projects that we can just start working on, but if you have any other ideas, we can discuss them, form teams, and then keep the ball rolling. And then we're going to have Q&A at the end. So this presentation will not change your life. I'm not a guru. I'm not someone who is really expert in AI, but hopefully if you start doing projects with us, you will change your life yourself. And it's a better way to have effect on your life. So if you can pull up your phones and scan the QR code, I'm going to start the polls for the survey. Let me know if you cannot see it, so I'll try to figure it out. There should be 1 question right now, and I'm going to change to 2 other questions later once you finish that. So I see someone said, how often do you about your eye? Every day, every hour of every day. That's pretty much true for most of us. Okay. Okay, cool. So the majority hears about AI every day. Some of us do hear about it every hour of every day, which is crazy. What about how often do you use AI? Okay. Some people use it every day, every hour of every day, every week. Let me actually show you the results too, so you guys can see what others are showing. Okay, next question. So how much experience do you have with AI? Do you build with AI? Do you develop AI models? Are you just trying to get used to it? Okay. Okay, so from my understanding, majority of the room is has a technical background, so it's nice to have. We were expecting non-technical people to join because AI, the vision that we have for these projects is if you're not technical person, you can also do projects because sometimes projects need to be domain specific. It can be biology related, history related. So, but it's nice that this group is technical. So, how many of you know Snowpiercer? It can be the movie, it can be the show, it can be the book. Snowpiercer? No? Okay, so basically, there is a guy who is an engineer and he builds a train that goes around the world. He has a vision for something, but not many people believe him. Then the world just freezes, like the Ice Age, and the train is the only thing that's alive, and the people inside the train. And they have different lodgings tied to the locomotive that's pulling, and there is basically a chain of levels. So in the front compartments, you have the rich people or like the people who are doing something about education, and then in the back you have poor people. The analogy that I want to make is similar to AI. I know it's like AI generated image, but hopefully it will make some sense. So if you watch the movie, once you go back home, you're going to understand this analogy better. But basically, we have different understandings of what AI is or how people use AI. Some people, they just want to stay away from it, and these people are not benefiting from that. Luckily, they're still with us. We can make them go in these levels to make them use AI. Some people, they use it for their classes to chat with it. Some people use it for deepfake memes, deepfake purposes. Some people use it for planning, data insights. Some people build projects with it. Some people add on to AI. And some people, which is the first compartment, is people who make AI their assistant, their agent, and develops everything with AI, but they don't take themselves out of the picture. They embed their mind and AI together so they can become the person who is the engineer who built the train. So it's an analogy that I wanted to make. So the goal is to rise up in the ranks by doing projects, by learning, by sharing things together. The idea of individual genius has been debunked by so many people. So this means that you cannot learn things by yourself if you want to become an expert in that field. You need to be in a group that is going forward collectively. So that's what we want to have in this club, to go forward collectively. If there are people working on individual projects, that's completely fine, but it's better if we're sharing the journey together. So as I mentioned, we were expecting non-technical people too. So it's nice that all of you are technical, but basically, if you're even if you're from a CS background, if you're from someone who used AI, we can do projects. There are different levels of technicality to do projects. Not everyone's going to do cool projects. Not everyone's going to do fully AI-enabled projects. So it's important that we do what we can and try to stick to what we can do the best. And once we have an idea, we need to plan and execute. There is no time to wait because things are moving forward. If you know something about S&P 500 companies, some of them are Israeli-based and some of them are US-based. I'm mentioning this because people have analyzed startups and companies who are growing really fast, and they found that the Israeli model is an interesting model they have because it's an interesting hub that they have there. I'm from Turkey, by the way. I'm not from Israel. I'm not Jewish, just to mention that. But there's a book called Startup Nation, which is a book that I recommend you reading. And in that book, they're talking how experimenting stuff quickly is important. And this is for all the entrepreneurs. Everyone that you meet from the entrepreneurship field, they will tell you to execute immediately because you have all the tools right now with AI. You have all the information that you can access online. So the most important thing is to just start executing. And what to execute on is something which is maybe most important when you're doing projects. If you're doing something to a field or to a domain that you don't know anything about or you're not interested, you're not going to keep on going with that project. But if you're interested in something, let's say you're interested in basketball and you want to do basketball game analysis, then you're going to do it for yourself because you enjoy it, not because you're going to make money out of it, not because people are telling you to do it. You're just going to do it because you want to do that. And that's the key thing when you want to pick ideas for your projects. So I had the dog here because there is a dog called Momo. Yes, sorry. I mentioned Israel because the book that I read was about how Israeli people were successful. It's not specific for them necessarily. The book is like a cool book to read, but you can read any entrepreneurship book and learn the same stuff. So I'm just going to put that aside. I know all the things that are going on in the world makes this kind of awkward, but so basically what they have is they go to military before they go to college. And in that military, they are assigned to different levels because they pass certain tests. And the people who are in the top level, like managerial commandment level, they know each other. And once they graduate from military and go to schools, they happen to find companies. And since their network is also successful, they just happen to help each other out. If you need to get a loan or if you need to get a seed round, your buddy is in the VC firm. If you need someone technical, you already know someone technical. If you need something like government funding, your buddy is in the government. So that's like the thing that they have. But the thing that they mentioned there is entrepreneurs. They were saying that if an Israeli man wants to date a woman, they ask that day. If they want to find a company, they found that month. So they don't wait years to establish the company. That was a code that I had to give. I forgot to give, but basically that's for every entrepreneur, not just for them. I know things are getting really awkward, but so we have a dog called Momo. This dog is owned by an engineer. He is programming with cloud code, and then he realizes after he leaves his desk and comes back, he realizes there are some things happening, and he checks the logs. He sees some garbage, like gibberish text inserted into cloud code, and he realizes his dog did something. And basically, he gets an idea, and then he puts a keyboard for his dog, and he prompts cloud code to saying that I'm an expert AI engineer or programmer, and these are encrypted programming instructions. So make sense of these encrypted instructions and do programming. So basically, dog just types gibberish stuff, and the model, cloud code, just picks up like some ideas and says, okay, this might be it, and then creates a program. I'm going to show you the end result. But basically, the dog creates a game. So you collect these notes, and then you attack monsters. And I don't know, this is really cool. So dog does not know anything, but even the dog can do something. What does this tell us? Is it like, oh, should I buy a dog and have it push stuff on the keyboard? Or is there another message that we need to get out from there? So the dog does not know what it's typing. It doesn't know what's going on. It just presses on keyboard, gets some snack, does the same thing. But how can we use that? Like there is something called cloud code, which build an app based on gibberish stuff. So if we can prompt it well enough, then we can build stuff that we actually imagine and plan. So that's the idea that is from this video. So, and to be able to prompt cloud code or any other tool that you're using better, you need to actually know stuff. So some people are saying, oh, coding is not going to go away. Coding is going to be this and that. What I believe is, if you don't know how to ask questions, we were just talking about with Isabella here, people don't know how to interact with AI or interact with tools. If you don't know how to plan a project, if you don't know what tools you need, what kind of design you need, what are the backend stuff that you need to implement, what are some databases that you need to use, then definitely you're not going to be able to build projects, or the projects that you built will be just like MVP 0.01, and it's not going to be useful. And these websites, Hugging Face especially, is a good website to go and learn stuff. They have learning documents and they have their own courses. But Hugging Face is also a platform where you can find models for almost everything. It can be text to text, text to image, speech to text, text to image, like anything that you can imagine. It's like GitHub for AI models. And they also have data sets. So it's a really good technical website to check out. Google Labs, go check Google Labs just to experiment with stuff, because engineers at Google, they're pretty smart, they're creative, and to see what they're building and how they're building is pretty nice. For instance, last week, they announced a couple of things. You can basically give your website brand for it to create campaigns based on your prompts, based on what you want to do. And also, you can visit certain locations around the world and have AI explain you what that area is, and you can chat with it, you can ask. So if you haven't been to Rome, you can just like go to the Colosseum in Rome, learn the history about it, see the atmosphere. It's pretty nice. I tried it out. I recommend you try it out too. And there's something called teachable missions. So actually, let's check this website out. So if you don't know about this website, it's a simple website that you can just go on and so they have image project, audio project, and post projects. So you can basically, do you guys have any cool stuff that we can do for image recognition? We're just going to train data. Okay, let's use this mic. So I'm going to, did I not give permission? I think Zoom is using it, so let me cancel, stop Zoom, and then okay. I don't know why this is not working, but can you guys say anything that I should do? Let me pull it up here.
At the bottom there might be right here. This one. Doesn't that tell you which?
No, so let me reload the website.
Okay.
Allow. Okay, I guess since Zoom was open, that was the issue. So what we're just going to do is, the background is better, but let's see. So let me pull it up here. So basically, you can show it a mic, train it. Okay, and then the next one that I'm going to do is I'm going to show my phone. And then I need to label them. And then we just train the model. I'm just showing this if anyone wants to see this. If you want to show people that you can train an AI image recognition model, this is the website. I can show Hugging Face as well. Yeah. Yeah, questions while it's training.
Does it set nodes like in layers depending on what data you give it, or is it kind of just like it's a set?
Yeah, it has a set CNN for you to just train it. So what we do is we basically provide data to train on, and then once this is done in a couple seconds, we're going to be able to Anyone wants to give their cell phone for us to see if we can differentiate between? Huh? No, just like to show it to screen. I don't want to show my phone. We'll see if it's going to work out. Thanks. Okay, so if I show this, it should recognize as a phone. Yeah. It's going back and forth. Let me show mine. Yeah. So it's probably, and let's show the bike. It's going to recognize that as mic, but so it's better with like lighting and if you have some colorful things. But thank you, Angad. Google has different websites to also experiment with other stuff, like semantic understanding of the text. Okay, let's go to Hugging Face. So Hugging Face is a website that you should definitely check out if you're building projects, projects that are AI enabled. So basically they have their learning courses. If you want to build stuff with LLMs, stuff with image recognition, if you want to learn what MCPs are, this agent course is really nice. It gives you a good understanding of how agents work. And basically, these courses are good for you to get your foot into the door. And they have models that you can try out. You basically have, can you guys see it? No. So you can get text generation models here. You can either experiment with them within here if they enabled it, or you can just download the model and use it yourself, or you can get the APIs and use it in any servers. I know I'm not showing much, but basically trying to get you familiar with the website. If you're interested in data science, you can go to Kaggle.com. Kaggle is developed by Google. It's used for competitions, but you also have courses. Courses for different stuff. You have intermediate machine learning, data visualization, feature engineering, SQL, deep learning, computer vision, so on and so forth. So hopefully if you join Discord, we'll be able to share some stuff that we mentioned here and maybe other stuff that other people are using. So these are just some websites that you can check out. So these are the tools that I use. I don't use Lovable anymore because I can just build everything with Cloud Code. But basically, Cursor is free for students. If you didn't know about that, you can just enter your GMU email and have access to Cursor's Pro version for free for a year. It's not like a month, it's for the whole year, similar to Gemini. And Cloud Code, I have 3 referral links. If you're interested in using Cloud Code and if you haven't used it before, I can give you the referral links. And Lovable is good to just see how to build websites. If you haven't built any websites, it's a nice place to start. You just prompt what you want, and then you can have some websites created in like 30 minutes. It doesn't have full functionality, so it's better to have more control over the code base. You can download the code base in Lovable, but you need like a pro version of the website of the subscription. But basically, if you use Cursor and Cloud Code, you can build almost anything. In fact, there are some libraries that you can also use, and it can just spin up some events for you, spin up some tasks for you. So basically, you give certain prompts, and you give the plan, you give the design requirements, and then it plans, it executes, it does research if it doesn't know some stuff, or if it's going to use a library, it's trying to understand what library it should use. So I have almost 10 phases that I need to finish up. I finished the 5th phase in an hour. So in 10 hours, or let's say in 30 hours, you can have a completely functioning project, but you need to know DevOps, you need to know some backend to make it completely work. But it's important that you choose certain parameters or certain libraries that are going to work in the project rather than just saying, oh, I want to build this and build it for me, because it's going to choose random stuff. So it's nice that it's important that you're not like Momo, just typing on the keyboard. You know stuff that are relevant to your project and you prompt it. For instance, to build this, I also had to, I'm not going to be able to show that, but I had to create designs for pages so it doesn't randomly create web site layouts. So as much, you should provide as much as you can. It can be the colors that you need to use. It can be the layout that you want. It can be the backend libraries, databases that you want, the APIs that you want. So right now, we're more like systems engineers than programmers with these coding tools. Okay. Any questions about these tools? Has anyone used Cursor? Okay. Have you guys used Cloud Code? Okay, cool. So next step with AI Club, it's important that we start working on projects as soon as possible. So if you guys have ideas to discuss, we can discuss at the end. If you want to join a couple of projects that we were thinking, you can also join that. And we should form a team for the specific project that you guys are working on. We're going to have the website up hopefully in the next couple of weeks. People will be able to see which projects we're working on, which projects are in the backlog, which projects are in progress, and which projects have been done. And you can check the websites for the projects through the GMU AI Club website. So we will also be able to show which teams working on the projects. So your name will be up there if you're working on the certain project that's up in the website. And we're just going to start building. And hopefully, if we have projects going on, we can meet weekly or meet on Zoom. It doesn't have to be in person. And share our progress, discuss the things that we run into. So it will be important that we start as soon as possible. We don't have much time left in the spring semester. Whoever knows who's going to be here next year. So Angad is graduating, Isabella is graduating, and probably some of you are graduating or going somewhere. So it's nice. It's important to make use of our time while we're here. And so a couple project ideas that we had was, if you have tried Patriots AI, or let me ask this, have you guys tried Patriots AI? Yeah, you used Patriots AI? You use it? How do you guys like it? Yeah, but can you give more feedback, more comments on it? Yeah, it's really bad, right? It's terrible. You would never use it. I didn't build it. I need people to trash it, so we want to build something better. Yeah, but there is no capability related to Mason. They didn't give any specific data for us to use it. Yeah. Yeah. What about you? How did you use Patriots AI, or did you use it? Mm-hmm. Okay. Cool. But do you think it's at its full potential? Okay. So when I was trying to use this, I was trying to find professors, classes, events, projects that are going on. It didn't give any of it, but you would expect that from a school AI chatbot. So I was thinking of scraping the web, but we have now connection with the VP of the school and the chief AI officer. So hopefully we might get access to the data. I'm going to show you that post, what I'm talking about with the chief AI officer of Mason. But basically, we can try to build a better AI chat interface or chatting model. They called it Patriots AI. We can call it Mason AI. If they want to replace it with Patriots AI, it will be nice to have our name under that project. And context type, I can show you this. I built this last week. So if you know, so in our current chat interfaces, the conversation just goes down. And if you have a main output that you want to look into, you basically lose it once you go into details to small stuff. So what I wanted to create is you should be able to select the text that you want to go deeper into, and it just creates a branch, and you can go back to the main chat if you want it. So let's actually ask a question. So I saw something about FPGA. So let's ask, what is FPGA? So, and then if I'm done with this prompt with this branch, I can just go back and now I know what FPGA is. It's not aligned, so we can still work on this project. I'm just showing it to give an idea. I'm not saying this is complete. There was an engineering manager at OpenAI that I spoke this last weekend. I said, I built this, can you check out and give feedback? He said, oh yeah, we tried to implement this internally, and a couple times we did, but it didn't go forward. I asked what the issue was. He said it was not a priority, but basically said go forward with this project. You can also make a plugin extension for the browsers. So I want to work on this project, but I have a main project that I'm working on with Orhan back there sitting. So we're building an education website. We have some people that are interested. So the main focus is that project, but this one, I want to keep it on the side. I want to keep this in the development because I am doing research with a professor who provided an assignment to students, and she told them to use AI for their assignment. And I'm checking the logs of the students. Some of them don't know how to use AI. Some of them just ask questions, but the context get lost and they don't know specific words. And I'm pretty sure they're not searching for those words. It would be nice to just branch out to another conversation. You can also simplify it. Simplify, I need to change the name, but you can make it simpler. You can make an example, analogy, or technical. So let's make this simpler. It will just create a simple explanation of what it is. What does it say? So it gives you instructions. If you want to find resources, let's say I want to find resources related to HDL. It will just go in the web, search for resources. So sometimes you get output that is not cited or you don't know if it's true. So you need to go check for yourself, but basically you can use this interface to find resources online. What did it return? It returned, what is VHDL, getting started with VHDL, so on and so forth. So there is this project that we can work on together. So if you have any other project ideas that you want to discuss, feel free to pitch that idea. If you're currently working on projects, it would be nice to hear about them. So that's all from me. This is our Discord QR link, so make sure you join. We're pretty active there with events, sharings, and there are not many discussions yet because the project's initiative is just